I am Shang Tsung, and this is my island. I bid you welcome to explore. Hidden among the island's ruins are treasure, magic, and very special artifacts. Take what you want, within reason. You'll find the time spent here is well rewarded.
How's it going, guys? Welcome to Mortal Kombat 11 Inside the Crypt. Well, to make a long story short, the loot system in this game, the grinding, just everything that comes down to unlocking brutalities, fatalities, cosmetics, everything you can think of was just totally broken and just unfair, tedious as hell, unnecessary. But they finally updated it, releasing a patch, giving you a ton of currency, making things a little bit easier, but it's nowhere near fixed or finished to what they still need to be working on. So I just wanted to walk around through the crypt and just have a good look at what everything looks like, maybe embrace the lore a little bit, because if any of you know me, Mortal Kombat is the franchise in the game that... Whoa! Shit! Scared the living shit out of me. Man, that actually cleared up my sinuses a bit. It sucks having bad sinuses. It sucks. But anyways, Mortal Kombat is the game in the franchise that really turned me into the gamer I am, or like that started me becoming a heavy gamer. Just, I was so into everything about it. So we're just gonna run around in the crypt, unlock some stuff, and I'm just gonna talk a little bit about how much Mortal Kombat means to me and how long it's been going. And just, I don't really know how I'm gonna even do this. I'm just gonna be talking to you guys and just exploring around and seeing what happens. Well, anyways, I have no clue who this guy is. He looks cool because he has a mask. Anybody with a ninja mask or something when it comes to Mortal Kombat is always a thumbs up in my book. So let's get started and we'll see what happens. As you can notice, they got this God of War style camera going around with this crypt. This is definitely, they put a lot of work into this. It almost gives me a feeling that I wonder if they're going to attempt to make another Shaolin Monks, hopefully, or maybe even something bigger than that, like a AAA RPG style third-person action game or something. But look at how awesome this looks. Yeah, I've been opening chests here and there. I wish I was able to start over to show you like some more of the, I guess, cutscenes that they built into the crypt, but it's really just showing you key items that you use to explore. Like I got Shao Kahn's hammer to break through stuff, and you end up picking it up right here. And but anyways, I just wanted to actually just get a good look at everything because the crypt looks amazing. It's definitely the best looking since, you know, since they started in Deadly Alliance. But again, just the whole system itself is just completely broken. Let's see what we get in here. 12,000. What can we get for 12,000? Shit. Well, that's actually a really good one. That's a really good one. Sweet. Got us a brutality. I really don't mind the brutalities being locked, but the fatalities, I don't know. I just find that kind of dumb. I wish you could just do the fatality old school, put in the combination, and then it would unlock that way. But I guess it is really old school if you just keep it locked and you just memorize the fatalities. But oh man, this area looks amazing. It just, if you ever wondered what the pit would look like in a 3D arena style, or just the whole area itself, this looks awesome. Yeah, there's some messed up stuff you'll see around here. You want to know what that is? This is what you do. Guess it'll be a little bit better, because now we won't hear him crying and shit, But yeah, I was, well, let's go back to the beginning. All the way back in 1992, 1993, around that time, I was just a little kid. Just a little kid, just playing your basic games. Sonic the Hedgehog, I had Altered Beast on the Genesis. Streets of Rage, all that good stuff. Oh, you gotta get that. Streets of Rage, all like the typical stuff you would remember if you were a Genesis kid back in the day. And then it was either for a birthday or for Christmas or something. Well, anyway, before even that, I would always go to the arcades. We had this place called Basketron that I would always go to as a kid, and then one day, I forgot where we were. We were out to eat or something, and they had a big arcade, you know, like across the street or something. So my parents let me go over there, and I just remember seeing this huge crowd, just this big crowd, just loud as hell, just celebrating whatever the people in front of them were playing. And my little ass, I couldn't see, you know, past their waistline. And anyway, I ended up just kind of digging my way through the crowd, and then I just see these two people just playing Mortal Kombat 1, my first time ever discovering what Mortal Kombat was. And I'll never forget it, just seeing how grotesque it was with the blood. I've never seen anything like it when it came to fighting or combat in games. And it blew my freaking mind, and I was trying to find a chair so I could stand and see these people playing. And I remember this one guy in a leather jacket. He ended up like saying like, "Here you go, little bro," and he didn't like lift me up. He found it wasn't he got something for me to stand on. I don't remember if he was actually lifting me up or giving me a chair. People were a lot cooler back then, I guess. I don't know, but anyways, I just was watching these people play, and everyone around me was hyped watching them play. I don't know. They must have knew everything, moves for the certain characters or what, but I mean, this shit was hot. And I'll never forget that first time I saw that fatality. When I saw the fatality, it was Kano ripping out the heart. It just blew my mind. I almost couldn't even sleep that night, not out of fear, but just because like I cannot believe that there was a game out there that looked that real with actual actors, and I could not believe just the violence that it was. And ever since then, I guess I became, don't take it the wrong way, but in a way I became a little obsessed with fictional violence. I wanted to play everything out there that was over the top and really made you feel like a badass. And let's see what's in here. Oh shit, that's a good one. That's a good one. But I was so obsessed with, I mean, I used to have my parents, eventually I got Mortal Kombat 1 for the Genesis, and I was so obsessed that I used to have my parents take me to this place called Borders Books, and I would dig in every section that had video game strategy guides, and I would beg my parents to let me get all these different strategy guides for Mortal Kombat just so I could learn the fatalities. And there were even, later on when it got to Mortal Kombat 2 and 3, like even some, I was such a little kid, I was afraid of some of these fatalities. I'll never forget Cabal's hilarious fatality when he takes off his mask and shows his face. That I could not handle even looking at it or the sound. I used to mute that shit, cover my face until whenever that fatality was done, because I just couldn't handle it. There was just nothing else like it to me. Oh, let's see what's something good. Another brutality? Another brutality! That's what I'm talking about! Okay, now, I don't know if I'm just getting lucky with this stuff, or if they actually fixed the grind. I know they fixed it a little bit. I don't know how in-depth they've got with it, but I'm happy with what I'm unlocking so far. But oh man, I don't even know like where I left off. I'm just talking from memory, and I don't even know where I'm going. But Mortal Kombat 2. Okay. Mortal Kombat 2 I loved, but I was a little bit more into 1 just because I knew I was really into Sub-Zero and Scorpion and just doing their moves.
As a child, I prayed to earn the gods' favor. As an adult, I have learned that gods prefer tribute. Share your wealth and be rewarded.
2, I ended up really falling in love with as I got a bit older. That's definitely my favorite one out of the classics. 3, I really didn't like at all. It took me a while to really get into 3. Look at how awesome this is.
This shrine is where I fought Liu Kang. Rather than taste final victory, I was force-fed defeat. If that monk thinks I've forgotten, he is sorely mistaken.
Speaking of Mortal Kombat 1, just look at how badass the Warrior Shrine is. Got classic Kano over there. Just looks so good. It just sucks that the bullshit that came with this crypt, because it almost like ruined the appeal of the crypt itself. I mean, I'm sure people are enjoying looking around and seeing everything the crypt has to offer, but I mean, when it comes down to it, people just want to unlock shit. They don't really care about where they're exploring and what the crypt looks like. They just want to unlock everything and then possibly enjoy it. But if it's gonna take you fucking, what, like 10 years to unlock everything, then there's no purpose of even enjoying the view of everything the crypt has to offer. But anyways, where the hell did I leave off? I don't even know what I'm...
Sorcery isn't my only vocation. I'm also an inventor. While a modest endeavor, this forge is my finest. It can transmute collected items into new items you might find more useful.
But man, eventually I got MK1 for Christmas for the Sega Genesis, and still to this day, I know how bad it is, but man, I have such nostalgia for the Genesis version of Mortal Kombat 1. Just the music, just the crappy graphics, everything. I just loved Mortal Kombat 1 on the Genesis to death. Man, look at this thing. This thing looks hideous. Oh, God. But, oh, man, I never was able to do the reptile, Easter egg on my own. I ended up needing to use cheats and stuff for that. You would get some type of debug menu that would enable the objects to fly across the moon. But man, I was so committed, and when I actually discovered Reptile, he instantly became my favorite ninja, because my favorite color has always been green, and ever since then, I just begged, like, why is there not a way you can play as Reptile? Please let me be able to play as him. And eventually, after months and months of playing MK1 along with everything else, then MK2 showed up, and it honestly took me a while to get really into MK2, and I got it for the Genesis, but there was just something about it that I just really didn't like. Maybe it was probably definitely the difficulty. I mean, once you got to Katana, but man, I have so many memories and just such a nostalgia for MK1, especially on the Genesis, that still to this day, like, the soundtrack just puts almost tears in my eyes, and just the beginning of such a long span of Mortal Kombat and such a long span of gaming with the franchise. Just MK1 will always have such a special place in my heart. But on to the next game.
So many souls met their end in this dark prison. I took so much pleasure in their pain.
Really, when it came, I really didn't get deep into Mortal Kombat 2 and 3 until I got the Sega Saturn. Yes, I'm one of those kids that was given the Sega Saturn over the Nintendo 64. And you know what? I don't give a shit what you guys say. I fucking loved my Sega Saturn.
Do heights frighten you? If so, may I recommend you turn back? Mind the edge. Fall, and you will be impaled on the spikes below.
I was obsessed with fighting games, and that was what I mostly played on the Sega Saturn. I loved it to death. Nintendo 64, don't get me wrong, I loved it. I used to go to friends and family of friends that had a 64, and man, I just never even thought to ask for it for Christmas or nothing. I was so obsessed with my Sega Saturn, and then I got my PS1, so I never really got into the 64. And I never really got into Nintendo culture that much at all until I got older. But when I had the Sega Saturn, I would always get stuck going to the grocery stores with my parents, and all I would do is chill in the magazine section till they were done. Reading every page, every gamer's magazine out there that they had on the shelf. And one day, I'm skimming through the pages of either GamePro, or I can't think of the other one that had all the cheats. Maybe that one was GamePro, I don't remember. But I'm looking through a magazine, and out of nowhere, as I'm skimming through the pages, I see one shot, and it's just the fighter selection screen of every single character that has existed in Mortal Kombat at the moment. And oh my god, did I start flipping out. It was every single character, locked bosses, like locked characters, hidden characters, bosses that you fight, just everyone. And that was for Mortal Kombat Trilogy. Yes, I don't give a shit what you haters say. Mortal Kombat Trilogy was my jam. I begged my parents for that game. And when eventually I got it at Christmas, and to this day, that game is still on my shelf, mint condition. Not a crack on the jewel screen. Manual is in perfect condition. Disc, couple of scratches, but still. See, that's what I'm talking about. Fatality and a brutality. That's what I'm talking about. I just want some Noob Saibot shit. I mean, oh man, but anyways, Mortal Kombat Trilogy I thought was so incredible, and it's jagged and jank as hell, but it did not matter at the time. All what mattered is that you could play as every character, including the bosses, and then when I discovered that you could do one-button fatalities, I mean, that was it. That was it. Mortal Kombat was my fucking jam. When everybody was getting into the lore of, I don't know what you kids were obsessed with back in the day, Batman, the animated series, I don't know, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Mario, Link, Zelda. I was so into the lore, and especially ninjas. Like, I was already big into ninjas at the time, and man, just Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Smoke, Rain, Ermac, Noob, just all of them. I was so into the lore of Mortal Kombat that you could not lie to me about anything when it came to that. Alright. I was so deep into the lore that people would ask me, when we were at school for like lunch break and after recess, I'd be reading my Mortal Kombat strategy guides. I'd be drawing the characters. I'd be making notes on what to do. I was so in love with Mortal Kombat, and it brings me so much joy, especially today, watching people on YouTube talk about it and telling about how much Mortal Kombat meant to them growing up. And wait, by the way, look at how fucking awesome this looks. This looks badass, and especially right up there. Look at that. You see that? Look at that shot. Look at that freaking shot, man. What a...
Of all my champions, I miss Goro most. You're lucky he's dead. He would have eaten you for daring enter his lair uninvited.
Oh, this looks so cool, and it sounds so good. I wonder if there's any jump scares in here, like they did with in Deadly Alliance. I'm telling you, I must have been in that crypt, I can't tell you for how many weeks on unlocking shit. And then, out of nowhere, that fucking jump scare, oh my god, scared the bejesus out of me. But anyways, I was just, yeah, Mortal Kombat Trilogy was my jam for the longest. And that's what made me fall in love with Mortal Kombat 3. You know, because it was just that style. And then Mortal Kombat 4 got into the mix. That 3D, oh my god, look at this. You know what? I'm going to have to take a pause on Mortal Kombat 4 and talk about something very, very special to me. And I'll give you a hint. This room that we're in is a part of it. And that, my friend, was the Mortal Kombat movie. Oh my god. When I discovered they were making a Mortal Kombat movie, I cannot explain to you the hype and the love and the excitement that I had waiting to see this in theaters. Man, I bought everything. I even still have to this day that shitty cartoon with the 3D rendered fights, just the shittiest thing you could imagine. But during that time, I must have watched that a dozen times. I am not even kidding. I watched it over and over and over. Prepare for Mortal Kombat, the movie. And oh, the movie blew my little kid brain into pieces. Look at that. Freaking Easter egg for fans like me. That is amazing. Because in the movie, Kano is right here at the table eating a big ass piece of meat while Goro's just bitch talking him. And oh my god, when that movie hit theaters in 95, I think it was 95, I didn't really have to beg, because my grandpa was one of them cool guys that would just always take me to a movie. If he thought there was something I would like, he would take me. And I actually forgot if it was my grandpa or my mom that took me to see the first Mortal Kombat. My grandpa took me to see the second Mortal Kombat. Well, I ain't even going to talk about that piece of shit. Maybe I'll talk about it a little bit, but all in all, the movie was so good to me that just made me embrace the lore even more. And that's another thing, that in this game that they got the actor who played Shang Tsung to be the in-game model for this. Oh god, I mean, you couldn't have... I wish I had a camera. I'm gonna start recording myself once I have a PC and webcam for all these live events and E3 trailers and all this stuff, because man, there's so many times I wish you guys could have seen my reaction, especially to Mortal Kombat stuff. It's just, oh my god. And one of my favorite YouTubers, his name is Maximilian Dude, and one of his boys, his name is Kenny, and he goes by Unruly. You can look them both up on YouTube. But oh man, I fucking love Kenny, because he embraces the Mortal Kombat lore just like I do. Listening to him talk about it, to so many people out there that I wish I could talk about it too. But since I'm not able to, you know, I kind of look up to them and I listen to them. I really don't even talk to them much. I'm just in the crowd, minding my own business, just embracing the love of Mortal Kombat. But anyways, let's get back to it. Let's open something up. Let's see what we got. Shit, alright. It's not a brutality, but it's something. But yeah, now where was I? Mortal Kombat 4. Now, I guess... Whoa. I guess Mortal Kombat 4 was kind of the beginning of a downhill trend when it came to the Mortal Kombat games. I'm not going to say a downhill trend. It just, they were really testing different things out to make the games a little bit more modern. You know how fast games development goes nowadays. And but before Mortal Kombat 4 came, now this you're really gonna kill me. You're really gonna kill me with this one, but I don't care. When I got the PlayStation 1, there was one game that made me say to my parents, I need a PlayStation 1 for Christmas, or my birthday, or both combined, I don't care. I need a PlayStation 1 for one game. And not only for one game, but for one game where you play as my favorite character in the franchise. Until someone took that spot. And that, my friends, was the great, flawless, unplayably epic. And that, my friends, was Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-fucking-Zero. Yes, I don't give a shit. The game sucks ass, but I love it. It is the #1 guilty pleasure in my gaming history. And oh my god, look at all the shit we got for Scorpion, man. Scorpion's I'm really gonna have to start practicing with him. I'm not getting anything for noob. But yeah, dude, I don't care. I love Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero. I love how bad it is. I love how much it sucks. But you know what? Back then, that was the only game I had. So no matter how bad it was, I was stuck with it. And you better believe I wasn't getting another game for a while, especially after getting a system and a game. So talk about Dark Souls-like game. That was a fucking early Dark Souls bullshit side scroll, just put together piece of shit. But you know what? I don't care. I played that game so damn much, and you bet your ass I had the strategy guide. Definitely the funniest death what is it? VM, I forgot what they were called. VMs? I don't know. It was so funny, but so hilariously bad that the game became good. I've beaten it dozens of times. As soon as I get a capture card and I can start recording my gameplay sessions, you know, right, and not off of a PS4, oh, you bet your ass I'm doing a Let's Play of Mortal Kombat Mythologies. I mean, still to this day, like I was talking before about that YouTuber I love, Maximilian Dude. A couple years ago, back in 2017, I think it was, he did a full Let's Play of Mortal Kombat Mythologies, and oh my god, to this day, funniest, most entertaining live stream I have ever seen. And I am so upset that I did not save that into my phone to just keep it for whatever. I was so convinced Max was going to upload the shit to his channel. He was doing a Sub-Zero Legacy for Mortal Kombat 10, and he didn't upload the Let's Play for Mythologies. Like, what the fuck was wrong with you, Max? I know you ain't going to hear this shit, but seriously, what the fuck? And I know you have seen my tweets. I have been tweeting this guy for months, over and over and over and over and over, showing him pictures, clips going, what the fuck? Upload this shit. You save everything, upload it. Not one reply. You know why? Probably because I'm not paying the guy. Probably because I don't donate to him. And you want to know something else that he did? Which I swear to God, this is like the biggest troll move anyone has ever done to me. About a month and a half ago, he posted a video about saying that like he kind of got into some little type of bullshit with YouTube and he got a lot of videos demonetized and shit like that. But on a positive note, he was able to bring all these videos back that he had to either put in private or delete off of his channel. He's showing all these different clips and he's going, yeah, that's back. You remember this? Yeah, that's back. And then at the end of the video, he's talking to his dog, and the dog is giving him this look, and he's like, I don't gotta play the whole game, do I? And the dog is just staring at him, playing this creepy music. And then it cuts to the Let's Play of MK Mythologies, and he's showing clips of it. It's a little bit like, I can't think of the word. It's a little bit like transparent, but oh my God, like, so if he's posting clips, I figured he was going to upload the shit, but Mortal Kombat 11's already out, and he didn't do it. Like, Max, are you fucking with me or something? Troll, like, why the fuck would you do that? I know you ain't gonna hear this shit, but what the fuck, dude? Like, he's fucking with me. I know he is. And he did it on purpose, you dick. But, I don't know. I've donated to him a couple times, but, you know, just not like that. So, it's alright. Anyways, funniest shit ever. So, one of these days, I'm doing my own Let's Play. And I'm probably not going to die as much because your boy Drew became a fucking G when it came to that shit. But alright, rant aside, let's jump into Mortal Kombat 4. Now, Mortal Kombat 4, talk about early experiment with 3D graphics and arenas and stuff like that, because Mortal Kombat 4 fucking sucks, but I was really into it for the time. You know, I was really into it for the time. I don't know what this hate is with Quan Chi, but I've always loved Quan Chi as a new character, and he's definitely been the new character in the Mortal Kombat universe that I accepted the fastest. And yes, I like that turquoise bullshit suit that he wears. I love that shit. I don't care. You know why? Because I'm just... that was how he was introduced to me. And right off the bat, I thought he was fine. And but I'm not talking much about Mortal Kombat 4. Besides, it has the worst endings you could imagine in the best ways. Especially our boy, what was his name, Jarek, with that epic, creepy ass laugh. That I still do that laugh every now and then, but everybody looks at me like I'm a crazy person because they don't know what the fuck, like, who the fuck laughs like that. I'll tell you who laughs like that. Fucking Jarek laughs like that. I need to do that laugh more often. When I start live streaming more and actually start building a loyal community, I'll be doing that laugh a lot, because that just shows how evil the mind of Jarek was. Even though Jarek fucking sucks. Anyways, let's get back. Now, I really don't know where to go from here. Oh, and another thing about MK4 that was just the freaking best. My God, the audio cues were so bad. Like, I remember whenever you would, like, throw someone, they would make the strangest sounds. Like, you would throw someone and they would go, "Oh, I'm gonna throw you over there. Oh, I'm gonna throw you over there." You would even punch a guy in the face and he would go, "Oh, my leg." That was some funny shit back in the day. Oh, you would throw him and he would go, "When you did that, oh, my leg." Oh man, "Oh, I'm gonna throw you over there. And even in MK Mythologies, there was this one boss you would fight, and I swear to God, every time he would attack, he would go, "Why don't you smoke weed? Why don't you smoke weed?" Like, if you played the game, you know who I'm talking about. You'd be like, "Bah, bah, why don't you smoke weed?" Oh, God, that's why it's the best. That's why it's flawless and epic and the best.